So today we learn about Mendel's laws of inheritance. The laws which describe how the gene transfer from one generation to another generation is known as laws of inheritance. As it is given by Mendel, so it is also known as Mendel's laws of inheritance. Before know about Mendel's laws of inheritance, let's know about its short biography. Mendel, born in 1822 in Bonn and later in 1857, he joined as a priest in local church where he started his experiment in Pisum sativum plant. Its local name is pea plant. After working from 1857, in 1865 he presented his experimental result before Natural History Society of Bonn and the paper entitled as Experiment in Plant Hybridization. In this paper, he represent all his experimental works result. Later, 1884, Mendel was died. Till the work of the Mendel was not published in worldwide. In 1900, three scientists, Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns and Seckmark, independently rediscovered Mendel's law. So, for the 16 years, Mendel's work is unrecognized and later it is rediscovered by the three scientists. Next is the reason for Mendel's success. The first reason is selection of pea plant because it has more positive effect. First effect is short life cycle. It means pea plant complete its life cycle in 3 to 4 weeks. So we can found F1 generation during very short period of time. Then is having both cross and self pollination. It means the pea plant shows both cross and self pollination. Then contrasting character. Pea plant contain more number of contrasting character, among which Mendel chose 7 pair of contrasting character. The following are the contrasting character which chosen by the Mendel. So first character is plant height. Its dominant character is tall and the recessive was dwarf. Then position of flower. Its dominant is axillary and terminal. If the flower bloom in axillary position, then it is dominant, and if it is in terminal position, it is recessive. Then shape of the pod. Dominant is inflated and recessive is constricted. Then color of pod. Dominant is green and recessive is yellow. Then seed shape. Dominant is round and recessive is wrinkled. Then seed color. Dominant is yellow and recessive is green. Lastly, flower color. The color of flower, if purple, it is dominant. If white, it is recessive. And then Mendel is a mathematician, so he collect all the data correctly and analyze it seriously. Then large sample size. Mendel collect large number of sample size or plant. Then come to Mendel's laws. Mendel give 3 laws. The first law is law of dominance. According to this law, when two homozygous individuals having one or more contrasting character are crossed, which character is expressed in F1 generation, that is known as dominant character, and which not expressed in F1 generation is known as recessive character. Mendel always take pure plant. Pure plant means homozygous plant. So let us consider two homozygous plant. One is homozygous tall and another is homozygous dwarf. These are the parents. They give gamete and gamete are haploid. The dominant plant give this gamete and the recessive homozygous plant give this gamete. These gametes are fertilized with each other to give zygote, and from zygote we found the F1 generation. So Mendel found that in F1 generation only one character is expressed. In this case the plant is tall. So here the dominant allele or the capital allele is expressed and the recessive allele or small t is not expressed. So it concludes that capital T is the dominant allele and small t is the recessive allele. This diagram can be represented in a square. In a checkerboard square, we call it Punnett square. As it given by Punnett, it known as Punnett square. In the Punnett square, what we should write? In one side we write gamete of one plant, and another side we write the gamete of another plant. For example, this is the male plant and this is the female plant. So male plant is homozygous dominant and female plant is homozygous recessive. So when we make its checkerboard, it gives two gametes. So we can write two gametes. In lower side we write the gamete of female plant, and this 4 is the probability of combination or probability of offspring. So if the egg which contain this allele is crossed with the gamete which contain capital T, the offspring contain capital T and small t. Similarly, if the egg contains small t fuse with gamete contain capital T, then the offspring contain T and T. Similarly, second small t can fuse with allele contain capital T, give T and T, and next similarly the small t can fuse with another allele of the gene, give T and T. So all the plant are produced are heterozygous, and in this case all plant are tall. So we conclude that in this F1 generation the capital T is expressed and the small t cannot express. So the capital is dominant allele and the small t is recessive allele. So it is the conclusion about law of dominant. Which allele is expressed in F1 generation, we call them dominant allele, and which cannot express, we call them recessive allele. Then come to the second laws. The second law is law of segregation. It is otherwise known as law of purity of gamete. According to this law, the alleles or allelomorph separated during gamete formation and each allele going to each gamete and again together during zygote formation. We know that the alleles are always present in pair form and we call them as allelomorph. But when gamete is formed during gamete formation, the allele are separated. The allele are separated and they going to each gamete. For example, this is the one chromosome and it contains gene for height which is homozygous dominant. So the allele is present in pair. In gamete formation, one chromosome is going to one gamete and another chromosome going to another gamete. Similarly, if the plant is homozygous recessive, then one small t going to one gamete and another small t going to another gamete. So the conclusion is the allelomorph are separated only during the gamete formation and again they are together during the zygote formation. Then come to laws of independent assortment. These laws derived from dihybrid cross. The first laws and the second laws can be derived monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross, but the laws independent assortment can only derive from dihybrid cross. So according to this law, the allele of one gene assort independently with allele of another gene. It means a dominant allele of one gene can pair with both recessive and dominant allele of another gene. For example, always remember Mendel take homozygous plant for an experiment. So if the plant is homozygous, tall and purple flower, it means the plant is tall and contain purple flower. So its contrasting character is dwarf and white flower. So according to independent assortment, the allele of height gene means capital T and capital T can mix with either 1p of the next gene or one allele of the next gene or another allele of next gene. Similarly, the second allele can also pair with first allele of another gene and second allele of another gene. For example, if the plant is heterozygous dominant, it means it contains these are heterozygous dominant. It means for the tall it contains capital T, small t, and for the purple it contains capital P and small p. So according to laws of independent assortment, the capital T or the capital T capital allele or dominant allele of height gene can pair with capital P and small p. It means again the dominant allele of height gene can pair with dominant allele and recessive allele of another gene. Similarly, the recessive allele can pair with both dominant allele and recessive allele of another gene. For example, let's see, this is the homozygous plant. So, the dominant allele of one gene can pair with dominant allele of another gene. Similarly, the dominant allele can pair with recessive allele of another gene. And the recessive allele of one gene can pair with dominant allele of another gene, and the same recessive allele can pair with recessive allele of another gene. So, this is the gamete. Probability of gamete. The gamete which form, they contain this type of combination of allele. So, if we represented it in checkerboard, this is the male plant and this is the female plant. So, in this side, we write the gamete of male plant, and in this side we write the gamete of female plant. So, in this cross, the female gamete which contain small t and small p can fuse with male gamete containing capital P and capital P, and the result is tall and purple. All the 16 offspring are tall and purple. So, in this law, we conclude that allele of one gene can pair with both dominant and recessive allele of another gene. This is all about Mendel's law. In next topic, we learn about different type of crosses.